I think we might call it a quits today. We're got a bit to go and it's getting a bit on. Hey, we didn't bring the spag just in case. Yeah, I think that's what we might do. Kind of just finding our way to the back to that little creek, but up further. Yeah, we'll be back. Oh yeah, I got him. Oh, nice. So a bit over a month ago, we tried following that freshwater creek down to the saltwater, but we didn't have much luck because of she was pretty well overgrown. Grass was still high, but fires have recently been through, and I was just talking to the boys, cheers John Wayne, and they just let me know they've ended up making it down there in their buggy. So we set off and went to find the salt water. Now we're getting into salt country. This place never stops giving. Always coming across new spots out here. I knew you could get to out here because I was looking at it on Google Earth, but like I was showing you, when I first come out, it was just too overgrown, way too overgrown, and now some of the fires are ripped through back where it was real thick. And got talking to some fellas, and cheers for the heads up, guys. I knew I wanted to come out here, I just didn't realise I was going to be able to. We'll keep going up and see where it takes us. We have come across the salt, well and truly. How mad is this little spot? Oh yes. We can't come all the way here without throwing a line and give it a crack anyway. I know the tide's on its way out, but this is probably a fair way up that system, so we might have still enough time up our sleeve. Not sure how high or low it's going to get. Looks like it's been up a bit higher. We'll give it a crack. Just reminds me of one of them spots, you know, you just throw a line in and as soon as it hits the water, boom! So here we go. What do you reckon, girl? It's a good looking spot. Not full dip though. We'll give her a crack. Got a little vibe on. Only a little one, but give it a go. It'll be hard if we actually get anything. It's a pretty big bank here. Well, not having much luck here, so I'm gonna go for a wander around here. Felt like dropping the line in there, just for shits and giggles. I could picture one coming in and getting stuck in the mud. And that big croc. That to me somewhat looks fresh. Just how clear it is. Perfect spot for a croc, especially if, you know, animals are coming to have a drink. What a system. I don't like talking much when I come through stuff like that, just so I can hear. I'd rather have my ears working and my eyes to listen out for things. That's cool. Ah, that old girl. There's Boogie. There's Boogie. Back him up. Give you a look at this. So, obviously you're not getting out here in the wet. Yeah, how boggy it was going to be, but how flat that is. This must be the big wetland, all flat, but it hollows down into here. Must be some water pumping through to create this. Just a big washout. Goes all the way back out to that little creek and goes out to the salt. That would be insane to see from the air. Like just this being full of water. Just pumping out. Like, you know, it definitely doesn't look like much now. It just add water. It'd be totally different. Oh. It's definitely hot in wet season up top, but everything's just alive, eh? Like, you know, everything is out. It is just so good to experience, especially when you can get to certain areas to experience, you know. And even after the wet, if you get here quick enough after the wet, when there's still water around, sometimes you can't get in the spots because there is too much water around. But you know, like I was lucky enough to get here early enough to still see that bit of a wetland out there flowing through. Hey Gear, yes. Get up on the bike then. Yeah, so it's definitely worth it to experience a wet season if you are traveling. So I'd bring you back here and give you a look. So this is that first little, that's the wetland. So this is where it starts and goes down to the salt where we just come from. But for those who don't remember, yeah, this was flowing. There was like a little waterfall up the end. She was all flowing through there. Definitely dried up now. You had all that like tea tree country out there, big paper barks that were in there, but yeah, she definitely come down. Water has dropped. Well then, ready to jet home. We're gonna jet back to camp and yeah, see what comes of the rest of the day. Might go for a fish tonight at the beach. Coming in the afternoon, so it'll be a good chance to get out there. Yeah, they were due for a good clean. Anyway, that was a pretty good ride today. I'm glad I come across that little saltwater part. I said I found it on Google Earth, but and seeing an old track, but she's just way too overgrown when I first went out there. But yeah, it was good to see that them lads end up making it through, and we end up being able to get through as well to have a look at it. Yeah, rightio. Anyway, I thought while I'm back, I've been asked a lot of questions about the trailer. I've put up a fair bit of details about it here and there, but I'll give you a bit more of a run through while it's all here and open. And yeah, we'll start off at the front. I'll show you the ute as well. So it's been probably about, I reckon, close to 5 years since I've been in this trailer now. I've had a couple of others, like my first one that I set off. Well, I didn't set off in, I should say. I got it as I started traveling, so probably 6 or so months down the track. Then I went to my other single axle trailer. That was pretty much a box trailer, and built it into a camper trailer. And then learning off them as I went, I come up with this. So start off out here, so solar farm. So I've got 435 watt panels for the camper trailer. There is a video about that, a bit more detailed. I now got the two 160 watt EcoFlow panels, so they run that Delta, which is obviously I'm using for my induction cooking now. Over here I've got a 220 watt bifacial solar panel, so it's got 220 on the front and 150 on the back. It's probably more for like beach camping and if you really want to set up a reflector, but I think it's really gonna be a good thing when it comes to beach camping, just the glare off the sand. So got that, so that runs the ute. We'll go over to the ute. It's a Nissan Patrol 4.2 litre. We have got a bit of work done to it in the past. For those who've been watching for a while, we end up going down to South Australia to cross-country intercoolers. So they don't just do intercoolers, they put the turbo on there for me. They did quite a bit to it. So inside, bit of a mess at the moment. Just got all your common stuff a normal car would have, including the 15 litre angle in the front. Up top, that panel lives up here. It's only a 100-watt solar panel, so that's constantly trickle charging, or a little bit more than trickle charging, but constantly putting charge into the main battery, your house battery, and then it feeds the your starter battery when it's full. Dodger's little home. So I've insulated it all, made it as comfortable as for it. Got a water thing in there for a water container. Got a fan. This is just a portable one. The original one buggered up. I know we got to replace it. But yeah, it's comfortable for it. It's nice living, you know, especially when I'm on the road. And if we get to cold country, she spends a lot of time in there. She has in the past. So yeah, she's got a good area when we're driving. It's dry and high for her. I call this the little lawn locker for the ute. Random bits and pieces, more tools and stuff up top, spare parts, electrical stuff. I like to do a lot of it myself, you know. I'm no expert, but I've managed to last this long by doing it myself. I've managed to figure out, you know, most of my problems so far whilst I've been on the road, which is handy. A bit more storage underneath. Toolboxes down the bottom, which just carries recovery gear in this one more than anything. The trunk on the back. The trunk is it's not a storage trunk for the whole time. What it is it does take storage, but this one stays empty. So if I've got rubbish, when I go shopping, like instead of having to sort it all out, throw it straight in the trunk. There's a lot of storage spot in there. I've got water in there at the moment, so she's a jack of all trades, that one. Around the back, got the spare tyre. So the tyres I run are the same all the way through, so they're all interchangeable. So I've got 3 spares for the whole lot. Good old crash pad tyre bag. I've had this for a long time. She's still kicking golds. So I just put my hoses in that. My hoses are out at the moment because I'm using them. Bits, you know, bits and pieces. Some pegs go on this one. So this is the ute camp. So everything for the ute camp stays on the ute camp. Another toolbox. So this has got the air compressor in there. This has got spare ropes and electrical leads for the solar and all that as well. Around here, bit of a schmozzle at the moment. She's a bit, you know, stuff's everywhere at the moment. But I run this as a fridge or freezer. So this is a 32 litre angle. Most times freezer. Up here, got the little 12-volt travel oven. Got another EcoFlow. Camera gear goes up in there. My clothes bag. Just a little Fusion stereo. So all up in the back. I just got a 1000-watt red arc inverter. Sorry the stuff in here, guys. I got a Victron AC battery charger. So for when I'm around mains or have the Jenny. 150 amp hour lithium lives in this one. This is just more storage. Can't forget my shower. You know, it heats up in the sun, so the bazooka, and you pump it up full of air. So this is where I've been showering out of while I've been here. So I just got it run to the back and nice outdoor shower. I've got like a shower tent there too, so depends on where I am. You know, if it's real cold, it's handy to have, because if it can get cold when you know, this time of year when you're drying off, so it's good to have a bit of windbreak around you, or if you are camping in public. I've been tossing up whether I should go one of them wraparound awnings, only because one, you know, I can get a way of setting up poles. It's quite easy, especially for the one person, but I want it to also wrap around the back, so it has a roof for the old shower tent. So when, you know, because I use it as a dunny and shower, and I'll tell you what, if you got to go in there in the middle of the day and take a bog and that sun's just pounding down on you, or I do spend wet seasons in the ute as well, it's just comfortable, that's all it is. But yeah, so I'm just tossing up whether I should go a wraparound one, but see how we go down the track. That's pretty much it for this one. Like I said, just a quick rundown. All right, the trailer. So, bit of a quick one. From head to toe, it's about 6.8 meters. I've got a draw bar of 1.8. I'm about 2.5 ton. As for the suspension, it's all Cruise Master XT, I believe it's called. So it's all independent, drum brakes, so it handles pretty good. So up front I run the DO35 for the hitch, which is Cruise Master. It is a wicked hitch, so meaning 3.5 ton. There is a big one, I think it's 4.5. Easy to hook up. I don't find it a hassle to hook up. I'm on my own. Front in this box, this is just a bit of a storage box, obviously. So we've got dog food. This is where the composting dunny lives. We've got the generator up front, chainsaw. But yeah, just things in here that need to be easy to get to. Wherever I can, wherever it's direct sunlight, I will insulate it. And I just Sikaflex it on. But if you've got an alley box and you know you've touched it and you know how hot they can be, I just get this, what do I got there? I think it's Kingspan, you know, something like that, but air cell. But it works a charm. So that's in that box. Up top, I'll give the boys a shout out. So Adam's mobile roadworthy. He's in Mackay and surrounding areas over on the east coast. He's a mate from over there, and also my mate, he's in the Isa, Mount Isa. So Jack from Von Diesel. If you're ever in them areas and you need someone, there you go. Let them know I sent you. Nah, they're good fellas. So up here, just got the antenna for the UHF. Another storage box. So I just got me crab pots. Over here I got me walls for the awning. Just, yeah, random bits and pieces. Solar panels actually mount on top of here. They get strapped down on top, and the two top panels, I've made it so they can be plugged in and yeah, putting in charge as we travel. Boats up top, I can get it on and off. Everything you see I can do myself. I obviously had to make it like that. Everything I do, I just got to make sure I can do it on my own. Independent, mate, it's the best thing. Independence is probably the best thing you could learn. Moving down, so its peak height is around about 3.2 meters, 3.1 meters, but that's in the center of the boat, obviously. Then it tapers out, so I can go more places than your average like caravan could be in this size, especially with their height. The wheel tracks touch wider than the ute, but very close, so pretty good with that. I wanted to make that obviously so if my ute could fit, the trailer's going to fit, and I had to go that touch wider for the quad. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. It hasn't been a pain in the ass. I thought it might have been, even being that little fraction out, but it's not too bad at all. Got the fuel station, fueling up the quad and whatnot, so it's made it a bit easier. Just runs off a compressor. Okay, take you into the kitchen side. First up, we've got an Addicts. She comes out about 2.5 meters by about 3 it is. Didn't want to make it too big, still wanted to make it livable. Went overkill with the poles because I've been in some pretty wild weather, and yeah, pretty wild, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure it can handle, you know, just them random gusts especially. They're the big ones that get you, just them random gusts. You don't see them coming. Storms you might get a heads up, but yeah, them gusts can be just as wild. Made out of PVC, yes it doesn't breathe, but yes it's going to last me a long time. So, and that's what the walls are made out of too, all the same thickness. They just got big windows, so it's still got plenty of ventilation. Bench, these are just alley benches. I love them because they cop a lot of shit. They're not going to warp, they're not going to wreck with water. I can hose these things down. They're just strong and they're easy. They just attach to the side. Obviously, yes, I've gone my induction side of cooking things now. In here, I've got two 45s angles. One I use as a freezer, one I use as a fridge. Up top, I just have a shelf. So this shelf was made for my old gas cooker. So when I did do it, I will say, this box, I still wanted to make it so certain things had a house, but I didn't want to go overboard with drawers or compartments or anything like that. This is pretty much the only compartment that was put in that now is not being used for what it was being used for, because I've changed it up. So don't build around certain things because you never know, it could change. But in saying that, it's still handy because I still put my cookers up here. Now I have enough room because the cookers aren't as big for like pots and pans that can actually live up there. So underneath, I used to run the plastic tubs, but you know, the weight of one of them plastic tubs had a fair bit in it. So then I knocked it down, just going to individual insulated bags. And you're picking up certain things, you know. I think, oh yeah, I've got such and such, and this padded bag, I'll take that out, that's what I need. So that's why I go bags. So up top, another storage compartment. And I've got the bed, it's a double-sized bed. I actually just got a new mattress and it is the bomb and very comfortable. Got to have a good night's sleep. You know, like I can't just pack up and go home because this is my home, so it's got to be comfortable, especially come of a night time. Couple of fans, it's fully insulated again. Got the little aircon. Got the old Starlink router up there. But yeah, and that all closes down. Drop the door down, the back door can shut. I just usually leave it open, and days like this the wind just goes straight through, so always being aired out. At the back here we got the toilet slash shower. Got all this made up as well. So this is made out of that PVC too. So this hangs. I've had the old hanging style from when I had me camper before this as well. I figured it was the best thing to do. You know, I could pick a tree and hang it from, but then when I built more and more of my old camper trailer, I just wanted to be I didn't want to have to rely on a tree, you know, the right tree to hang it from. I want it to be all attached to the camper trailer, so it was my own little footprint. If I find an old photo of the other one, I'll put it up to show you what I meant, how I did that one, but this one was easy to set up. Bit of alley pipe and that just slides back in, tightening up and stays there. Bit of rope gets fed through it. Yeah, so that works well, hanging there. Inside, like I said, composting toilet. Shower as well, same thing. This one has a bazooka water tank on it as well, so this is the larger one. Well, this mattress isn't usually here, this is the old mattress, but Dodge wanted it for the time we were here. But up on here, this is a flat deck, so this is where the quad actually goes when I'm in full swing, trailer and all. Also the quad can go on the back of the ute in that gap for when I just take the ute out. Underneath, bit of storage. This is where the outboard, it attaches to that back rear bar. This is the clothesline. I really adore my clothesline. Same thing, I used to hang a rope up in the tree, it worked, but now it's all on here, ready to go. This is the boat trailer wheels, so I've got a boat trailer as well, fold up one of them Mangrove Jack alley ones, so they're what, 38 kilos they weigh. So yeah, not much at all. Shout out. Han River, if you're heading up to the Cape, going up there, stop at the Han River Roadhouse. They have wicked camp spots along the river. So the crew up there will look after you. Unfortunately you won't meet Ozzy because he's passed away since then. Yeah, head up there, worth the stop. Spare tyres go up in here. And then we got the other side of the front box. So like I was saying, this is how I run my induction cooker. Down underneath is the main power side of things. So I do run Victron. I've only had it in here for, when did I get this? COVID 2020. So that's when I changed over in here and went to this. I think the biggest reason was the inverter charger. I got the Multi Plus, which is an inverter and AC charger all in one. It's pretty smart gear too, you know. I'm sure there is a lot of smart gear out there, and it's hard to pick, you know, what you want to go, but so far, you know, I'm really liking this. And then yeah, I run 250 amp hour lithium batteries over here. So underneath here, pretty much the lawn locker, the shed for the camper trailer. So we got all my key to power tools, random bits and pieces in there, chargers. Up top, we have my other bigger clothes bag, and there on the other side is just some electrical stuff, just random stuff in this one. Up top, more like your pantry, I guess, more bits of food, first aid sort of kit, and then got me little bags. What these are is they're off an old chair that I used to have, and like I showed you this before, I'm sure of it. I just put it on the dowel and it just slides back and forth, and in here I just put random stuff that I use, you know, every so often. Anyway guys, well that's her. Hope you didn't mind that little walk around. I hope it shed a bit of light and some ideas for you. It wasn't a full detailed one, but you know, it gives you an idea of what I run in that. And yeah, like I said, I've been in it, you know, for about 5 years now in this trailer, and I quite like, you know, how I've set this one up. It's worked out well for me. I'm still changing the odd things, that'll never stop, you know. Always bringing out more goodies, so you think, oh, that might work better, or you know, just random stuff. But anyway guys, if you do like what you see, please give us a thumbs up, and you know, it does help, obviously. For now, I'm gonna go pack up, and the next video you'll see, it'll be a different scenery. we will slowly pack down now and make our way where we're going to next. Too easy, guys. Thanks again for your support, eh? Catch us, eh?